What's up everybody, welcome to my channel, John's Daily Hustle. Today we're going to be unboxing and putting together the Hyper Tough 18-inch 2-cycle straight shaft string trimmer. As you guys know, this trimmer here is starting our series of cheap trimmers or cheap equipment testing. So we're going to unbox it, put it together, and this will be our first use and first impressions with it. I'm going to be honest, I'm really not sure which way was the right way to open this up, so we're just going to completely destroy this box opening it up. Here we go. So now that I've completely destroyed opening it up, I do believe you were supposed to just open up the bottom of it and pull it out. But here's what you got. As you can see, there is some assembly required, but let's unpack it, see what all it comes with, and let's put it together and see how easy it is. After you remove all of the cardboard and stuff, you've got the trimmer head, or the power unit, which this actually feels pretty decent, pretty solid. It's definitely a little bit on the heavier side. You guys can see right off the bat, it has this nice little grip right here, which I'm actually digging a lot. We're going to take the plastic off of it. After you get the power head unwrapped and everything, you've got your trimmer head right here. You guys can see it comes standard without the guard on, so you have to put the guard on. And I actually really like the way this head looks. Looks like it comes with some pretty decent line in there. We'll have to give that a try. I don't know what kind of line that is, but we do have a whole new wrap of it in there, or a whole new roll in there. We'll give it a try. So it looks like they wanted to make assembly very easy. You guys can see there is the end of the head, the power head itself, or the trimmer head, and it just slides right down into the power head side of it. And then you've got these little screws here that you tighten in to make sure that it doesn't slide back out on you. You slide the trimmer head down into the power head position. You'll know it's in there all the way. It shouldn't feel springy. That's the best way to explain it. If it feels like it's springing back on you, just give it a little bit of push down, or you might even have to turn this head just a little bit to turn the shaft inside there to line it up with the shaft down there. And then it will slide all the way down in there. And then you'll just tighten these to where this doesn't come out on you. An Allen key is actually all you need to tighten it down. You don't need a drill or any kind of impact gun or anything. All you need to get it is pretty much hand tight. You don't want it super tight because you don't want to strip them. And once you got these screws hand tight, you can give the shaft just a little bit of a tug with both hands and make sure it doesn't slide out or come out on you. And then you should be good. Moving on to the bag of goodies. We're going to open this up and I'm going to show you what is inside. So it comes with this type of line here, which I believe is about 16 foot because it says it holds 16 foot in that head, which by the way, guys, that is a Speed Feed head on there. It's their own brand. We're going to have to look into the head more when we load it up. That's actually a pretty nice head on there. Anyways, it comes with a 16-foot roll of that, and that's some pretty decent line it looks like. We're going to give it a try. Your handle that has to be installed. Guard, which you guys know, I'm going to be running no guard eventually, but we're going to break it in and do a couple of tests with it with the guard on. Enough oil here to make 1 gallon. I'm not going to use this as I already make my own other oil using ethanol-free gas. So it has the fuel stabilizer in it. Now if you look at this one is actually pretty decent fuel. This one also has fuel stabilizer in it and also helps with the ethanol fuel. But it only makes 1 gallon, so we might end up using it eventually. But for now, we're just going to put this on the shelf somewhere. It also comes with instructions and an owner's manual, which I'm going to tell you right now, you don't need to run this. It's very simple and it's very easy to put together. So I'm going to show you and finish how to put it together, put some fresh fuel on it, and we're going to fire it up. By the way, it even comes with an Allen key to put it together. I ended up using my own key because I didn't open this up before I assembled the shaft on it. So to install the hand grip, you just take off of this, you remove this wing nut, however you say it, whatever I'm trying to say. Remove this wing nut, and then this will just slide on. They even have it marked right where you want it, but I'm not going to pay attention to the label. I'm going to do it where I feel comfortable holding it. A lot of you guys run the Darwin grips. I'd say this is the time where you put it on, and you can just skip putting on the hand grip here. But we're going to put this hand grip on for now. Like I said, you just take the wing nut off, put it down where it says, and you might have to give it a little bit of a push. Even just adjust it or spin it wherever you feel comfortable. And then you run the bolt through down there. And then you put the wing nut on and tighten it. Now, as a pro tip, I will say that where you can see how tight it is because it's not under pressure, you might have to get some channel locks and squeeze this plastic part right here in order to get the threads to stick out enough to spin the wing nut on. Kind of hard to do with one hand and record at the same time, but basically you do it like this here. You grab a hold of it, the plastic. Like I said, it's hard to do. with one hand and squeeze enough till the threads come out, and then spin the wing nut on. As for the guard, if you are going to put it on and run it, which you guys will see, I don't run guards, but for now, until we get this thing to break in, we're going to run a guard. So what you do is you take out this bolt or screw right here, and you will either need a nut driver, a small socket, or even a flathead screwdriver will work fine, as you guys can see right there. You take this out, it's very long. Looking at the shield, it has a little slot down in there, and that little slot's going to slide right over top of this, or right in there like that, and then it's going to go right there, and then you're going to put the screw in there and tighten it. So it'll look something like that, and then of course when you tighten it down, it'll hold it on very easily. So it's very easy to remove as well. I do want to go ahead and take the time and show you guys the speed feed head that comes on this trimmer anyways. From the factory, it gets used and abused, and then you can't read it anymore. So you actually put the string through it, through the holes when it's empty right there, just like the Echo speed feed heads. And then all you do is just spin this. You push it in and spin this little red knob, and it winds it up in there inside. There's literally no real reason to take it apart, but as you guys can see, there is a clip there and a clip right there you can squeeze in and take this power head off, or take the head off cover if you needed to. All right, so let's put some fuel in it and let's fire it up and see how easy it is to fire up for the first time. So as you guys see, it does come with the instructions on it in case you guys forget how to start it up, and it says pull it 4 times max, which as you guys saw, it did only take 4 times to pull it for the very first time starting it up. And now by the time you guys are watching this, I've actually had quite a good bit of experience with it, or I've used it for quite a few days anyways, using commercially, and every morning it starts 2nd or 3rd pull max, and then after it's warmed up, 1st or 2nd pull max every time after that. I'm actually pretty impressed with it. Right there, after I started up here, I did go trim my own personal backyard, and then the very next couple of days, I've been using it commercially ever since. Which I'm going to save the video of my first use, and I'm going to save my first impressions of it being used for a later video, as this video has already been long enough, but I will say that it has absolutely impressed me so far for what it is. So a couple more videos I have coming up with this Hyper Tough trimmer. You guys are going to see it's going to get put against my Echo trimmer, and we're going to compare the two. We're also going to do a kind of a short-term review used commercially, and I'll give you guys my honest opinion of it, as well as I'll actually give you a little bit of a backstory as to what Hyper Tough is anyway. And then of course I'm going to tell you guys about things that I would have done differently if I was making it, or things that I wish it had, and maybe we might make a Frankenstein trimmer out of it or something, you know, who knows. But then of course long term, we're going to see how well it holds up being used commercially. So be sure to stay tuned for that. So real quick again before we end this thing and wrap it up, if you guys are new, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And please give this video a big thumbs up, as it does take a good bit to do. I'm never going to ask you guys to send me anything, but just give me a like and watch the video, and that's all the support I need for you guys. As I fully plan to do more of these types of videos, moving up to bigger and better things, not just trimmers. You know, we'll do blowers, we might even do mowers. Who knows, you know, we're always going to lead up to something greater. So be sure to hit that subscribe button, and please give me a big like. And as always, guys, thank y'all for watching.